And wanted to make sure you saw this clip here before we get into this. This is a clip from Friday Night Lights, and this is Buzz Bissinger. He is best known for writing the book that then inspired that hit show. Today, he is making some news for admitting to an addiction. Not talking gambling, not talking drugs, alcohol, folks. I'm talking shopping. Talk about his habit here that has cost him $600,000 just about in 3 years. In this feature article, it's quite a read in GQ, he admits he owns 81 leather jackets, 75 pairs of boots, 115 pairs of leather gloves, most of those from high-end fashion house Gucci. Bissinger released a statement to NBC News saying he wrote the essay to help others currently struggling with addiction. So let's talk about this. David Tolan is founder and director of the Anxiety Disorder Center at the Institute of Living. He is live with me from Hartford, Connecticut. So, David, I tell you, I read this article and it was pretty juicy. And I have to fess up first. My guilty pleasure is staying in really fancy hotels. When I take some time off, I like to take some time off. But how does it get to the point where, you know, like Buzz Bissinger, you're comparing buying clothes to the rush of a drug addict?
Right. Well, Brooke, buying things feels good. There's no denying it. And I think most of us are able to keep that into perspective. We're able to do some of it, but not to the point where it causes financial damage or gets in the way of the rest of our lives. But just as some people can't control how they relate to food, to alcohol, to drugs, to gambling, there are some people who can't control how they buy things. They get so hooked on that good feeling that they lose control of their behavior.
He is a 58-year-old husband. He's a father of sons. He's a sports guy. Talks in this article about sitting, you know, front row at the fashion week in Milan. Let me just quote part of what he says in terms of breaking stereotypes. I received a package at least every other day and sometimes 2 or 3 or 4. Because I ordered so much, I often forgot what was inside them. It added to the drama and the ritual, David. Drama and ritual. What kind of people tend to suffer from a shopping addiction?
I think what you see is people that get very hooked on the rush of getting something new. It's not so much the owning that turns them on, it's the getting it. They feel good about having acquired it. They feel like it gives them a sense of status. It makes them better, it makes them cuter, it makes them funnier, sexier, whatever, and they get so hooked on feeling that way that they just start buying and buying and buying until they cause themselves some very real damage.
So then how do you help someone?
Well, right now there's a couple ways that we can address this. There are some medications that do seem to reduce the urges to start buying things that help people with impulse control. Another kind of treatment that we use a lot is called cognitive behavior therapy, which helps people learn to slow down how they relate to buying things and help them learn and practice new patterns of behavior.